Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Trade Talks Live. I am Roger Wakefield. I don't know why I'm here. I mean, I show up every day, talk about trades. I do want to hit this because I recorded a whole video earlier with just the Roger Wakefield logo up, but you know what? It's okay. We do make mistakes. If you've been here before, welcome back. Glad that you're here. If this is your first time here, we talk trades all day, every day. That's what it feels like.
Trades.
We talk all trades.
Nothing. We do talk some specifics, but we try to talk all trades.
And
here.
we do talk trash about electricians. I'm sorry. It's just, it's in our blood. We can't help it. And I say that it's jokingly because, look, we love electricians too.
That's it.
We love what we get to do. This video kind of has two sponsors. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, man, we have got a deal going. Kickstart your YouTube channel. I got asked for a long time to make a course to teach people how to do what I learned how to do. So we did it. We put it together. If you want to learn how to do YouTube like a professional, which we are professionals, jump on over to justmattroger.com and that'll put you right into a free webinar where I dispel the 3 biggest myths that I hear about starting a YouTube channel each and every day. So go check it out, www.justmattroger.com.
Morning, everybody. I'm Henry Wakefield, a.k.a. Squirt, Randy, and a bunch of other things that you'll probably hear throughout the show.
Probably.
I was a 20-year pipe fitter by my trade, but now I run Leak Pro. And Leak Pro, we do want to thank them for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where they build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. If you're a plumber out there and you're tired of losing leak detection jobs or hearing about the delays and how long it's going to take them to come out and find leaks, go to www.leak-pro.com and check out our equipment because it's super user friendly. It's like Geophones on steroids. So definitely get on there and check it out. If you don't know a whole lot about leak detection, give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO, and I'd be happy to discuss a 2-day training I do here just outside of Dallas in person where I've got leaks under a slab out here to train you on.
And the website's back up.
The website is back up and running.
It took a whole day.
8 hours, 10 hours.
That's a whole day. It's an 8-hour day.
It's a day. It's a full day.
For a plumber, that's a whole day.
Wore out too.
I know. I know. So we're going to jump into the national news. EPA finalizes rule banning HFC 134A in commercial HVAC systems by 2026. Banned.
Yes. Yeah, and I figured this is a big one, guys. We've known it's been coming. They've been working at this, trying to get this to become a thing. Here it is, guys.
It's now a thing.
That's it. The EPA has officially banned the use of HFC 134A in new commercial HVAC systems starting January 1st, 2026. If you've got a project going that's going to finish after that, you may want to see what kind of system.
No, you're not may want to.
You're going to have to.
You better get your ducks in a row.
So you can pass your inspection because this will be banned.
Guys, it's coming. It's coming quick. 2026 ain't that far away.
No, it's not. Especially in the social media world, it's going to be here before we finish the show.
It may be. So it's officially banned the use of it, guys.
Yes.
Remember that. Part of the broader phase down under the American Innovation and Manufacturing Act to reduce greenhouse gases. So who else is going to be affected? Well, HVAC installers and manufacturers working on commercial systems, especially chillers, reach-in coolers, and rooftop units. And those are to you guys. Hey, once it's up there, they ain't easy to change out. We talked about that the other day with the helicopters. Yep. You either need helicopters, you need a crane, you need something. But refrigerants are changing fast. Are you stocked? Are you certified? And are you ready for the phase out? Because there are people that will be buying up truckloads of 134A.
There will, for sure, because you're going to need a little to maintain things that are already going.
You bet.
So it is going to be tough. Anything new, it will not be a part of those buildings.
Right.
Will be phased out, and I'm sure they're going to go to the. I'm trying to think. Is it
210 or?
Well, no. There's a new deal coming out. I saw it at the trade show, where it's like a hydrogen generator unit or something in it. It's going to create the refrigerant there at their shop.
Oh,
They're
that's
going to
cool.
be able to restock and fill tanks and stuff. It's pretty freaking neat. I'll have
There's
to
so
look.
many neat
I'll have
things
to
coming
look and
out.
figure out exactly which one it was. That's it. Like I've seen so many things. It's like, man, I don't remember exactly what that was because like I'm also thinking of the water braising torch and stuff.
I know,
like,
and we still
I
want
saw
one of
so
these.
many cool things, and it's just like, man, they're coming out with a little bit of everything.
I need to put that on my desk. I need to reach out to them. There's great stuff though, guys. And that's why we talk about what we talk about.
Yep.
If you don't know this stuff's coming along, guys, it'll come up and bite you on the rear end fast. So that's why we get to do what we do. TikTok, Instagram. If you've got any questions or comments, jump on over to YouTube, find the Trade Talks Live, and that's where we are. So we're going to roll into the bottom line. And at the end of the day, guys, we're in business because of the bottom line.
Yep.
We've got to make that bottom line grow. We've got to make it work. We've got to make it get better. But it's not all about the bottom line. Because I remember whenever I joined a best practice group, I walked in and I talked to one of the coaches. I said, look, man, if you can just teach me marketing, teach me how to make my phone ring, I'll be fine. And he says, well, are you making money on every job? I said, well, I don't know. I'm assuming so. He says, no, are you making profit on every job? And I'm like, I don't know. He said, well, what if you're losing money? What if you're just losing a little bit on every job? And you're just staying ahead of the bank and we make your phone ring more. What happens? Well, I'm a plumber. My numbers don't go that slow through my head.
Yep.
I'm like, well, then I'm losing more money. He says, so why do you want your phone to ring? Let's fix everything else first. So how much profit are you losing by underbidding? And the hard truth, most contractors underprice labor at least 12 to 18% on average, often just to win the job. Guys, number one, labor's your biggest factor. Labor's the biggest unknown. Materials, you can price that up front. You can buy them up front. That number does not change. But when you underbid jobs on labor and you're like, well, we can cut just a little bit out of labor, we'll push our guys. They'll get more done. No, they won't. But that loss adds up to $500 under on 50 jobs, $25,000 right off of your bottom line. So Squire, how do they fix it?
Honestly, guys, break it down to where you're using a 3-column estimate. Okay, that way you're actually tracking the materials themselves, the labor itself, and the overhead and profit itself. You don't want to blend all these things together in an estimate. You want to actually track them all separate so you have the right coverage where you actually need it.
And you used to estimate.
I used to estimate a lot.
You knew what the numbers were for everything.
That's it. And I could tear in and break back to the backbones of everything because there were bid forms that would come out. That's what they wanted to know. They wanted to know, how much do you have in material for these sections? How much do you have for the labor in this area? How much are you making profit on the job?
Not enough.
Not enough. Always not enough.
It's
never enough.
It really isn't.
So that's one of the best ways to do it so that you can actually follow every part that you actually need and dial it in, not just, oh, here's how much we do based on what we've got going. No, here's what percent materials making up now. Here's the percent of labor. Here's so that you can actually run those numbers and know your numbers. That's the key so that you're not,
Absolutely.
well, I'm not sure if I'm making profit or not. It's right there in that column in that estimate. Yep, here's how much I should make. Now, did the job end up that way based on that estimate? That's a whole nother story and another hurdle to get through.
You know, and it's funny because I remember going into business meetings, it's labor projection meetings. It's always labor projection. And I want you to think about that. When you're a superintendent at a big company and you go into a meeting, it's a labor projection meeting because that's what fluctuates.
Yep.
That's what the office does not have control of. They got control over the profit. They got control over the overhead. I'll say they got control over the profit. They want to have control over the profit. But they've got control of the overhead. They've got control of the materials, the tools. They've got controls of all that, or control of all of that. It's called a labor projection meeting because that's what you're trying to win. You're trying to get work done faster than it was bid for. And if you go in and cut too much out of labor, that there's no way to win that game. So you don't just ask, what's the customer willing to pay? You ask, what is my floor? And what your floor is this is the lowest we could go and still make money and still make the profit that we want to make.
That's it.
Now, anything else, now you start looking at, well, we could go lower than that, but now we're losing our percentage. And remember, you still got that unforeseen labor out there. It could end up costing you money to do some jobs. So you don't go into business to break even, you go in to win. So stop negotiating against yourself. And if you know what your numbers are, and I love that, know what your floor is. Okay? We can't go below that. Anything other than that, man, we're negotiating for more profit. But if you don't know what your floor is and you come down too far, it could actually cost you money to do someone else's job.
Yeah. And like if you ever want to run a seasonal special and knock 10% off for your customers because business is slow, guess what? That's got to be factored in there too, that 10% brings it down to your floor so that you're making the right profit still. But also if it's too slow, I can understand you cutting just a little bit of profit to keep the guys busy, depending on the size of your business also. So that's something to kind of keep in mind, because business is a balance of everything.
What happened? We didn't go live over there. It said it did.
Oh,
Okay, so now we're back.
Oh.
Okay. Hey, we jumped in when we could. I looked up and I thought, man, something's not right over here. Anyway, hey, squirrel, safety. Safety is one topic we love talking about. And me and Randy both, if you look, we've got all our fingers, all our toes. We may have bad knees, bad back, stuff like that, but that's just part of the job.
that's it.
But we're talking about confined space work, and this is one of your specialties.
It is. And this one kind of surprised me. Like because sometimes I don't think straight all the time. Confined space work in crawl spaces and attics. I don't always think of an attic as a confined space necessarily, even though, guess what? It is one means of
Yeah, you got one hole.
egress. Like that's
Well,
it.
not in this
Not
house.
here.
Not
Not
in
here.
this house.
I've got like 5 attics.
But
it's not here.
But it's probably one hole per area because you can't get to each
Correct.
different area.
Yes, there's reasons there's multiples
You bet.
here because units, duct, different things blocking the space.
Uh-huh.
But attics kind of surprised me here, and I'm like, ooh, let's bring that to attention. Okay, so they've updated the clarification here. What OSHA says: crawl spaces and attics can qualify as permit-required confined spaces under 29 CFR 1910.146 if they contain limited entry and exit,
Hello.
like we were just talking about.
Which is pretty much every attic I've ever been in.
Yep. Hazardous atmosphere. Okay. Don't run into that too often around here. You know what though? Summertime we do, because that is a hazardous atmosphere. let me tell you.
yeah.
Oh. Engulfment potential or entrapment hazards. What do you think it is when there's only one entry?
And the engulfment potential, guys, we put HVAC units and water heaters now up in the attics. So you think there's any potential that there could be a leak? Guess what?
That's it. Guys, what this is going to mean for techs. HVAC and plumbing pros are going to need O2 monitors so that they can actually monitor the area, because that's a confined space requirement. You're going to have a spotter on standby in certain cases. You're going to have somebody there at that entry passing things through, just like any other confined space that you've ever dealt with. If you are confined space trained, you know exactly what we're talking about. If you're not, a dumpster is considered a confined space.
Yeah.
Just to throw one out there that
open dumpster.
that originally blew my mind the first time, because I'm like, man, I've been in and out of dumpsters, like grabbing material, a box that got thrown
He's
away
a
that wasn't
dumpster
supposed
diver.
to.
Don't
That's
let
it.
him BS
Like
you. He's a
tons of
dumpster
stuff.
diver.
And it's like, man, that's a confined space. Holy cow. I never knew. So you will have to have a spotter. Ventilation fans and PPE, especially when you have solvents or any foam sealants.
And I'll tell you what, you walk in those foam sealant attics, it's airtight.
Yep.
You got to be careful up there.
That's it. If you're crawling in to work, treat it like a confined space until proven otherwise. And that's a good rule of thumb there because, like attics, it has never crossed my mind thinking
But
of
an
attics.
attic, you're not crawling in.
Correct. You're not. Not
You know,
always.
it's not quite. I mean, I understand there's one point of entry and one exit. I get that. And guys, that's part of the description of confined space.
Yes.
So, man, this is something definitely worth thinking about. Helligamer has a comment, says, did you guys get a chance to digest and interpret about the new executive order signed yesterday regarding trades apprenticeships? I don't know that we've looked at it this morning. I don't know what got signed yesterday, but we were
Definitely will.
talking about changes being made here recently that were coming up. So I'm not sure what was actually signed yesterday. I don't know if you can play around over there and see what you can find, but oh yeah.
Can't both play.
Well, here, let me turn
Go
this
ahead.
off. If I can find it
far
right
right.
there. Okay, so there, it's all you. Perfect. We both try to drive. We got 2 steering wheels in one car. Just
That's
so
it.
y'all
That's
know.
it. And they both work.
They do both work. That's what's kind of crazy. You moaned. I thought I did something wrong.
No.
Okay, so while he's looking that up, because that is big stuff. All right. So if we want to, you can share that. We can pull it up for new construction.
Let's see.
If you would like. That way we can study this together. Hagemer, I like this. Thank you. All right, so under new construction, we're going to talk about, what's it say right there at the very top? Skilled trades, jobs for the future. We're kind of making the trades important again, y'all.
Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Section 1, the purpose. To maximize my administration's historic investments in America's reindustrialization and economic growth, my administration will fully equip the American worker to produce world-class products and implement world-leading technologies. My administration will also consolidate and streamline fragmented federal workforce development programs that are too disconnected from propelling workers into secure, well-paying, and high-need American jobs.
I like this. So running, the comprehensive worker investment and development strategy within 90 days, the day of this order, Secretary of Labor, Secretary of Commerce, and Secretary of Education review all federal workforce development programs, submit to the Assistant of the President of the Domestic Policy, Director of Office Management and Budget, yada, yada, yada. Opportunities. Guys, they're going to push the trades again.
Yeah.
I like this.
Correct. Yeah. Like
Scroll down, see if it talks about what trades or anything like that. I don't want to.
I was going to say, we're going to have to study this some more.
Yeah,
Like, on the side. And I'll definitely bring this up. Yeah. We'll have to look into that.
What he means is he will copy and paste it into ChatGPT and say, "Give me an overview of this," and it works. All right, so that just took a little bit out of new construction.
Not too bad.
But we're going to get back into the pre-engineered metal buildings gaining popularity in industrial projects and why they're growing. Well, number one, they're faster to fabricate. They're easier to erect. There's less waste, and you can use them for warehouses, manufacturing, and storage. Now, there's a guy about 100 yards from us down there looking at our slab or looking at our barn saying, look, if we tore this down and rebuild it, what would we do? What would it look like? So that's kind of what we're wanting to do. But 40% of new industrial buildings in Texas are now PEMB, pre-engineered metal buildings, okay? The trade opportunity. The MEP systems still have to be installed, okay? But now they've got to be adapted to steel framing, so it's going to be a little bit different. Greater demand for layout savvy crews who can prefab duct and pipe runs. We're building a building, okay? You just got to look at what you have to build it in. And to me, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. And like, especially these big open spaces. That is the best. And like one of the first spots I think I ever saw prefab really come to life more than anywhere else was big warehouses. all these drops just come out built, ready to go. All the valve assemblies just made up and ready. Yeah. Oh, you do all that? Yeah. Then just pop this on and you're good to go and you're done. It's what kind of got things started. Pre-engineered metal buildings are a great open space for quick installs if you got a good crew.
And they look good.
That's it.
I mean, it's beautiful stuff. Look, we've been studying these because we're building an event center. So that's why we're talking to different sponsors about, hey, would y'all like to be involved in this? I mean, this is going to be really a neat deal. But I'm looking forward to it because we've got some different ideas and we keep bouncing them around between us and trying to figure out what we're going to do. But if you can read the PEMB plans and prefab your work, general contractors will fight to keep you on the job. Because if you can do the things, because there's a lot of, I'm going to say plumbing companies out there going to say, yeah, we don't do those. Okay. You know what I just heard? That means there's an opportunity. Because if you're not doing them, I don't have to compete against you.
That's it. And like one of the metal building things, I've done some that were insulated metal walls and stuff. Holes are permanent in those things, guys. And like, that's one of the big things here is if you become that crew that comes in and does everything right by the book, like it's supposed to be done and keeps moving forward and doesn't make any mistakes, that takes you a long way with all the companies and the GCs. They're like, wait, no, we want that crew like to the next job with us because they actually didn't create a bunch of rework for us to go back and patch a bunch of stuff and fix things. So it's good to stay on top of.
I want to jump in the comments here real quick, just because Sir the Craftsman jumped in again. Says, I did what y'all mentioned for me to do yesterday. The IBEW wouldn't start me out higher than the new apprentice wage, even with my experience, but I wanted to let y'all know I tried. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it really doesn't, because I've seen people get a lot of experience for a lot of different things.
At the same time.
But then again, at the same time, learning everything they're learning from day one is going to help you on the electrical end. So, you know what I may think about is, could you get a job on the weekends? I used to have 3 jobs. So I get it. When I first started out as a plumbing helper, I couldn't afford to feed him. So I had my plumbing job during the day. I tended bar on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night, or maybe it was Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. And then Saturday and Sunday, I would build fences and redwood decks. So I stayed busy.
I was going to say, like, I had to start as a day one apprentice whenever I went in to become a pipe fitter. And I was teaching other day one apprentices how to read a tape measure, how to use a bandsaw, how to do all these things. And I'm kind of going, oh, yeah, I couldn't get any experience because I don't know anything. Yeah, sure. Okay, you show me everything else we got day ones. But the good thing was I just swallowed it, said, you know what? Screw it. I'll go in, I'll start at day one, but I'm going to be hungrier than anybody else. I'm going to outdo every single person in there. And that gave me a great name whenever I turned out and kept me working a lot.
Mr. Derek Sutton in the house. Good morning. Great to see you. I hope everything is going well.
Morning.
All right, we're going to roll over into mindset growth, because if you're not growing your mindset, you've got problems already. But are you operating from urgency or strategy? Are you busy or are you productive? And that's the things a lot of people don't understand. They're like, oh, I'm busy all day. Yeah, but are you being productive or are you just reacting? It's, are you a firefighter or are you a fire prevention officer? And trust me, it's more fun to be a fire prevention officer than you're not running around trying to put out fires all day long. Yeah. But many tradespeople hustle hard, but they plan very little. So urgency, you're chasing every fire. Strategy, you're choosing what not to do. And it's almost like, are you from a scarcity mindset or an abundance mindset? If you're like, look, more's coming in, we're fine. It helps you with this urgency and strategy thing. But figuring out what not to do, and one of my coaches, Brendan Burchard, I swear one of the greatest things I ever learned from him is say no. You don't have to do everything somebody asks, but that comes in choosing what not to do. So use a weekly planning session, Sunday night or Monday morning, sit down, figure out what you're going to do and chart it out. Know your map. I love it because Amber literally sends out a text every night before saying, here's what Roger's doing tomorrow. then I know where I need to be. I know what mindset I need to show up in. But when you look at stuff like that, it's a game changer. But then track what drain time. Okay. If you didn't get all your stuff done this week, look at what you did instead. What jumped up? Figure it out. Because if you can track what drained the time out, then you can kill it off. You can get rid of it. And then what are your needle movers? Every day. And it's not 10 or 20 tasks. It is literally, what is it that makes money? What makes money? What brings more employees in? What makes the phone ring? What is it that you're doing? Because you need to identify your 3 big things that make the phone ring each and every day, that make money come in. So think about this. What's one thing that you could drop this week that's not moving you forward? And if you'll think about that, if you'll learn to look at that and say, hey, you know what? I do this every day, but it's not making me money. It's not helping me get to where I want to be. And that's one thing that I used to have on my wall in my old office. Said, is what you're working on right now getting you to where you want to be? And then look down at your screen. And if your screen is looking for a vacation on Amazon, it's probably not helping you get to where you want to be. Now, you may need to do that. You may need the mental mindset and the clarity. I get that. But man, you've got to figure out, because you've got to grow your mind. If you grow your mind, if you're one of these people that says, look, this is just me, I ain't changing, it's the way I am. You've got such a closed mind, you're never going to improve.
Yep.
I used to get told that a lot.
I know that, you can't teach old dogs new tricks.
Yeah, you can.
BS. Okay. You can. Now,
they may not want to learn them.
That's it. It may be tough to engage them to want to learn that new way. But man, if it truly saves them time and you can sell it right, they will learn that new way, and then they'll end up loving it. And that'll take you a long way. I dealt with that a lot growing up.
Yes, indeed. All right. Let's talk about Leak Pro.
We do want to thank Leak Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where we build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And what we do, we build two different pieces of equipment. I've got the Leak Pro Probe, which is a T-handle style made out of a solid block of aluminum. It's real durable. It's got a stainless steel rod on that for probing in and out of the ground so it doesn't bend on you. That's mainly for that meter to the home service, irrigation lines, things like that. But then also I've got the Sidekick. It's a pistol grip style with an aluminum rod on it. And that aluminum rod, it's a less dense metal, so it kind of lets the leaks scream a little bit more, which will eliminate the layer of concrete. So that's what we suggest whenever you go indoors, or even if you're listening through some sidewalks or driveways for a leak out there.
Or runways.
Or runways even.
I've literally had to look for a leak at Love Field under the tarmac where they pull planes in and out.
Nice.
Yeah, like 14-inch concrete. It's like, what? Yeah.
So if you want to check out the equipment, you can visit www.leak-pro.com. But also, if you don't know anything about leak detection, give me a call and we can discuss a 2-day training I do here just outside of Dallas, Texas. Come out here. I've got 11 leaks under a slab. It's all copper lines. So first we go through and do line locating. Then we go through doing leak detection. I've got one also outside of the slab so that you know what that sounds like also. But then I also have a couple sewer systems set up. Cast iron and a PVC system so that you can learn how to go to a double clean out outside of a home, isolate branch lines so that you can determine exactly where a sewer line is leaking when you can't just see it on a camera. And if you want to talk about that training, give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. And then also, if you're the owner or something, give us a call. You can sit down with this guy over here and learn some of the things that he's learned about marketing and how to actually elevate your business using leak detection.
It's a big deal. And if you're interested in learning how to do social media, we just launched our Kickstart Your YouTube channel. Guys,
course.
Yeah, of course. We launched the webinar is what we did.
So that you can launch a channel.
You can launch
That's
a channel.
it.
Yeah, we're not going to launch another one right now. This is our second channel, so we're doing okay. But guys, think about it. Even Mr. B said, look, every business in the world needs a YouTube channel. You need to be putting your information out there. So me learning what I've learned over the last 7 years and growing the largest trades channel, Man, it's pretty cool. But you can do that for your business too. If you want to learn more about it, just go to www.justmetroger.com and it'll take you in there. Watch the webinar because the 3 myths that you're thinking, this is why I can't do it. Yeah, I dispel those. I make them go away. So you're going to love it. My brother, Mr. Stanley Orchard in the house, Mr. YouTube himself. What's up? Good to see you in here. Good morning to you. And he called us gentlemen, so he apparently doesn't know us very well.
Yeah. No,
I'm sorry.
it's okay.
It's okay, though.
Other people have made that same mistake.
Yeah, boy, and that's the truth. All right, we're going to talk about all trades here. Now, this is a good one because this is the biggest time wasters every trade is guilty of.
Yep.
Man, you got some good ones here.
I like the first one. It's one of the biggest ones, and I don't know how many apprentices I've seen sent to get some tools.
Like a pop stretcher.
But the major offenders here is searching for tools. How many day one apprentices spend 8 hours going around looking for a tool? Quite a few. Okay, don't get disgruntled by it, guys. You'll be able to do it to an apprentice one day too. Mm-hmm. Searching for tools, though, guys, if you're not organized and you're wasting a lot of time running around a job trying to figure out who has this tool or anything like that, it's a major waste of time.
And not stocked vans. Guys, if your van's half unloaded because you've ran 5 jobs and you think you're going to go out the next morning and run 5 more and not have any problems, you're wrong. You need to restock that van. And I used to love the way we had our par list set up where we knew what was supposed to be in every van, but the plumbers literally after each job could get online, order the materials, and they'd be in the office before they rolled out the next morning. So their van's fully stocked every day they go out. And that leads to the next one, not pre-ordering your materials.
What about talking through the job instead of doing the job?
Oh,
those are my favorites. Oh my God. Oh, Larry, let's talk about this. You're putting the piece
let's
of
not
pipe in
talk
the
about it.
air.
Get
Like,
it-
why
get
do we
it
need
up.
to talk about
Yeah.
this so much?
Now, if there's safety reasons, I get that.
That's it. If
If
there's
it's
a
a
reason
big piece
for
of pipe,
it. Yes.
okay, let's. How are we going to do this safely? I understand that, but you can talk a job to death.
Yes.
Just get it done,
That's it.
and then make sure your materials are ordered.
Yeah, pre-ordering material, that is huge. And so a tip that you taught me a long time ago is, as a boss, try to stay 2 weeks ahead of your crew if you can. And this is on large commercial jobs, not small service things.
Yeah, you don't know where they're going to be.
You don't
in 2
know.
weeks.
Yeah, you don't know where you're going to be in 2 weeks. But if you can stay 2 weeks ahead of your crews, you know, hey, yeah, oh, they're here for a couple of weeks, but then we're moving to this area. Start stockpiling that area. And if you have the materials ordered there on time, even in the area ready before they even move, there's the best. But as long as you've got it on the job in time when they're headed to that area, that is going to save so much time instead of them just standing around waiting or starting on layout, but then they're trying to take their time on layout because they don't have the materials. So keep ordering ahead.
So there's a 5S system for trucks and gang boxes, and you need to understand it because it is sort. Have everything sorted where it is, where it goes, where it should be, set in order, get it right, shine, standardize, and sustain. And if you're not doing these things, they'll catch up to you because you really want to make sure you're as organized as you can be. I wasn't. I'm 100% honest about it. I'm like, guys, I sucked at this. But when I got an apprentice that could keep things organized, it's like, that's my boy right there. You want to have a weekly prep checklist. You know, do you have everything you need? Did you check your gas in your propane tank? Did you check your gas in your acetylene tank? Did you check your gas in your vehicle? I mean, a lot of different things. Be ready for the week. And then use time tracking for 2 weeks and look for any patterns where you may be losing time. Because, guys, time is the one thing that we really can't replace.
And here's the thing. You don't need more guys. You need your guys wasting less time.
Boy, that's a truth.
If they can be the most efficient that they can possibly be, and they are, then yeah, maybe you have grown and you do need more guys. And that's
day.
a good thing. So that's it. Keep moving forward.
Okay, so we're going to roll into laws and licenses, and this is a good one. Can a trade license be revoked over social media posts?
Yeah,
And this is a real case story.
it is.
In 2024, a licensed contractor in California lost his license after posting videos performing work without permits. Okay,
Here's the bad part.
guys, even though it was on his own property, do you know that you've got to have stuff done? If it's got to be inspected, you've got to pull permits, even if it's at your house. You've got to get it inspected. Now, we don't.
Not here.
We live in unincorporated land, which is a good thing. If they came out every time we did something, they'd be like, dudes, really, will y'all quit calling us? I'd be like, yeah, we'll quit. But guys, why does this matter? Because the state boards are watching. They're watching TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Violations shown publicly can be used as evidence. And I'm going to go one further. This is just talking about a license, but that's why I hadn't blown up on my Tannerite yet. Literally, somebody shot a video where they blew up some Tannerite. They put it in something, they packed it, and they called it a bomb. You know what happens when you blow up a bomb in the United States? Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms show up. The FBI shows up.
Yeah.
The CIA shows up. There's other initials that show up that aren't good. You don't want any of that. So you've got to look at it because, man, it is tough. Okay, Stanley says, what a breath of fresh air. I am often the victim of job talk versus getting stuff done. Preaching to the choir. Hey, we know these things because
Yes.
we partake. I'm just saying, brother. Getting stuff done is what it's all about. So remember, you're not just marketing to customers. You're documenting every single thing that you do. The inspectors can see it. The Texas State Board can see it. Everybody can see it.
Well, that's it. And like whenever you had your plumbing company, you were big on always pulling permits when permits were needed.
Huge.
And guys, that's CYA. He wanted to make sure. Now, did every plumber here? No.
I remember being
barely
in
any.
continuing education. And yeah, guys, if y'all don't know me, I'm a front row learner. I sit up front. I want me and the instructor to be able to see eye to eye. I don't want things moving because, as you see, squirrels get my attention. So I have one here to remind me. Okay. But here's the deal.
Oh, we need to move that to
I
side.
know we need to move it up here in front of me. That's why it's behind me, because I'll be like squirrel. But here's the thing is I remember being asked, he said, and this is the continuing education instructor, said, how many of y'all pull permits every time you install a water heater? And I raised my hand. And Buddy just looked down at me and said, Roger, look around the room. I looked around, there's nobody else got their hand up. He said, most companies don't do it.
Yep.
And I'm like, look, it's in my deal. We're charging them for it. I'm doing it because if not, I'm stealing from them. And I don't want that trouble either.
Yeah,
You know, that's a whole nother fine.
for sure. You know, and like, are we showing off our skills or are we setting ourselves up for scrutiny? Both, guys. Like, CYA, do the right things that you're supposed to before you put it on socials. Because guess what? If you're doing bad plumbing, this guy's going to find you. And he's going to see that you don't have a license and you're doing all this stuff. And
Ask those rats.
we just may have to pull you out in social media because, you know, hey,
We've
that's
done that before.
we like to do what's right. We like to have everybody else do what's right. That's why we bring these things to your attention. Don't do what's wrong. Keep moving forward, doing the right things.
It's what it's all about.
That's it.
Let's roll into business training. How to use your past jobs as a sales engine without bragging.
Yep.
Now, this is a good thing to do because you can take progress photos and explain what the job solved. Randy's favorite thing is before and after photos on your website, on social media posts, anywhere that you want to put them. Okay, before and after photos, that's his favorite. And the videos of the guys mowing the lawns and stuff like that, oh my gosh, I'm going to point at you, but trust me, if you scroll through my history, you'd be like, dude, you watched him mow the yard for 30 minutes. Yep.
I was
But man,
watching
it
one
sure did look
yesterday.
good. But it sure did look good. Includes quotes from happy clients. This is great. Yeah. You can always ask them, you know, hey, Ms. Johnson, look, I gave you 5-star service today, like I told you I was going to. You've already said that. Do you mind if I just turn on my camera and let you just video and say, hey, here's what Roger did. You know, Roger came out. He's with Texas Green Plumbing. He came out here to Saxey, Texas, and actually found my leak under my slab. Guys, that's golden, because that post or that video goes out, that can be found, that can be searchable. Now you quote it, you put that on your website, you put it on your Google 5-star reviews, help her do it, whatever you got to do. Stuff like that works. And then use your greatest hits jobs as part of your sales deck. Get your before and after pictures, make a video, put it all together, do a voiceover on it and say, hey, you know, at Texas Green Plumbing, we love being able to walk in and take care of our customers in ways they didn't even imagine. Guys, that stuff works.
Yep.
And then you can have QR codes on your estimates linking to your portfolio. That is instant trust. So not only do they get an estimate, they can go and click that QR code or shoot it and look at some of your work, and they're like, man, this guy does good stuff.
Yes. I've seen that on many sites, and it lets you know, man, look, these guys are doing professional work. That's who I want out at my place. I see some of their installs they've done, to just show the things that you've actually done, not AI generated stuff and all that.
Yeah.
All
Make
that
it really
junk,
your
like-
work.
Make it your work.
And the good thing is, if it's your work and you put the customer's name on it and just put Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if somebody calls and says, oh my God, we love this. Is that real? It's like, well, would you like to talk to Miss Johnson? I have permission. I'll reach out to her and ask her if she'll call you, or you can call her. I have permission to share her number. Or here's the review she wrote.
Yeah.
You know, there's different ways to do it. But remember, every job tells a story, and your next customer wants to know if you have already solved their problems. So if I make videos showing how we do slab leaks and leak detection and how we do it better than everybody else, now when people are looking at my videos, they're like, look, he knows how to do what we need done. He's already solved this problem. He's already found this solution. And guys, that's a game changer.
It proves experience. And that goes a long way with
And it
customers.
builds trust. And that's what you're trying to do from the very beginning. You're trying to build trust with people. If everything that we got on here and talked about, if Derek Sutton looked it up and said, ooh, Roger lied about this, or hey, Roger didn't do that job, somebody else did because I found it on their website, and I called them, and they've actually got the customer's name and address and phone number. And guys, I shot a video today about 3 different plumbers putting stuff out or getting in trouble for doing things wrong. And I mean, I think I shot 20 minutes worth of video. I just kept backing up and I'm like, I can't believe they did that, or can't believe they said that. And it blows my mind. So anyway, think about this, because this is your reputation. This is what you're being seen for. And if you're not doing things right, it's going to show up down the road.
Like I was taught before I got in the union, you've got one name. Don't screw it up.
Mm-hmm.
If you screw it up, everybody's going to know you as, oh, we don't want to hear that. No, we don't want to talk to that guy. No, we do not want to hire that person. You get one name, show off the best, do the best, put out the best you can. Yeah, sometimes you get those bad apples, and you got to deal with that too. Like you get a 1-star review. Don't be scared of that. Embrace it. Try to offer a solution. Learn from it. Look, oh man, great to learn this. And I want to teach this to all my technicians so that this never happens to a customer again. Anything and everything, just do it. Embrace it. Run your business the best you possibly can.
And do you want a 1-star review? No.
Nope.
But you know what? If you handle it right, you fix things, you solve the problem. At the end of the day, you say, hey, look, I gave you 5-star service. Do you agree now? Yes, I do.
Yep.
Will you go in and change that review? If you just call them, tell them how stupid they are, they're not changing it. I promise. It ain't going to happen.
That's it.
And I like this by Lori. You are your brand. Each and every day. Even when I'm the Trade Talks, I still got my little logo on there. So yes, each and every day.
Oh, okay. We're gonna have to add me somewhere.
It's on the back.
Yeah,
right
there
down,
it is.
right down here.
Right down there, down low.
Never mind. Let's talk vehicles. Do you like truck wraps or do you like door magnets?
I used to love my magnets.
Because you could take it off.
Well, because I leased my personal vehicle time to the company. But if it was my company, definitely wrapped. Because that is a billboard
Oh yeah.
versus a little bitty newspaper article or ad. Just small. Oh, give me a 30-second of the page, please. No, I want the whole page because I want to make sure that I am seen. And that's learned over time too, I guess. But like as a worker, it was like, yeah, just give me the magnet. I can use my vehicle. I'm good. That's great for a lot of things, access and stuff. But if it's
Especially
your
when you're
business
just starting out.
and you're trying to get up and go, yeah, like when you're first starting out, you may have to just start with a little bitty magnet, and that's it. That's all you can afford to start.
But
Once
then
you can
again,
afford that wrap, it's advertising.
that wrap's going to help make the phone ring.
That's right.
So let's talk about wraps.
Okay, it's full branding, and it's 24/7 advertising. Okay, it is always there, and it's always going to be seen wherever you have that vehicle parked. The cost here's about $1,500 to $3,000. It's a one-time spend.
Okay.
Creates a huge local impact. Go ahead and get that professional image on there. It's ideal for high credibility brands because it is going to make your vehicle stand out more than any other vehicle on the road. Especially some of these cool wraps that I've seen. Like I've seen
there's some that are awesome.
Some welders. It was all just pipe fab everywhere, looking like conduit on a rack. Just beautiful. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, wow, I don't need a welder often, but man, I would want to call them because look, it's just like showing off. And I hope that it was their work, but it's just a neat rack.
And I like that you have that is ideal for highly credible or high credibility brands.
Yep.
Because I remember hiring a marketing company one time, and this guy was good. He was a good marketer, good at websites and stuff like that. So I had him look at my site, and he says, Roger, you don't look like, the biggest company in town. I said, well, I'm not. He said, yeah, but you want to look like you are. Your website makes it look like you're just a small 1-2-man truck company. You want to look as big as your competition. I'm like, wow, never thought about that. When he rebuilt the website, it looked good. Spend money on stuff like that. And to me, that's what the wraps are all about. The fact that magnets, man, they're low cost. You can get them $50 to $150. Easy swap out for multiple drivers, meaning, hey, you're running a call, go take the magnet off the truck and run it.
Yep.
And this is great for new businesses or maybe a part-time technician. Maybe you don't want to be wrapped 100% of the time. But it's also less secure. It can fall off or be stolen. Now, I will tell you this, that here in Texas, used to, and it was worded in the plumbing license law and board rule, any sign on your vehicle had to be permanent.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
One of the inspectors, if he saw magnets, he'd walk up with a screw gun and a screw. He'd say, I can either screw it to your vehicle or fine you.
Yeah.
Which do you want? And it's about a $2,000 fine. So
Screw it.
yeah, stick a screw in there. We're good.
We'll Mondo it later.
I'll fix it up later. But you got to remember that because they can fall off or they can get stolen.
Yeah.
But a wrap truck generates about 30,000 to 70,000 impressions per month in big cities. Yep. And guys, if you're, people ask me all the time, why are you always branded? I am branded everywhere I go. I've either got my wristbands on. I've normally got a shirt on. It's normally a Roger Wakefield shirt, but I do wear the Trade Talks every now and then. I've even got Leak Pro shirts. But I'm branded everywhere I go, and people are like, why? And it's like, because I believe in what I'm talking about. I believe in my brand. I think we're doing amazing things. And if you believe that, rep it. Man, put it on and rep it. Like Lori said, you are the brand. Stanley says, ugh, websites. That's one area I really fail at. I need to hire someone because I am not getting that project completed. I've got a great guy, Stanley, if you want him, I'll tell you about him. He's the one who does our stuff, and he's a lifesaver. He actually brought a website back from the dead yesterday. Our Leak Pro website was completely gone.
Way
we don't know
over
what
my
happened.
head. Yeah.
And Stanley says, Mondo it later.
That's right,
That's
baby.
what it's all
Why
about.
not? I mean, hey,
Yes,
that's cheaper
indeed.
than $2,000, isn't it? I don't want that fine.
Now, if your truck pulls up unbranded, it might as well be invisible.
Yeah.
Guys, it's just another vehicle then. That's all it
That's
is. Oh my God. I can't believe you're bringing up Louis the Boiler Man.
Louis the Boiler Man. Who's that guy?
So we're in social media here. Why does he stand out? Well, look, and Louis is a friend, and trust me, he does stand out. But he combines trades education with humor, storytelling, and real-world boiler knowledge. He's known for his fix it right or don't fix it at all mindset, which we completely agree with around here. He's really big on TikTok, but his YouTube channel is starting to grow. How many subs is he up to?
356,000.
Yeah, he's growing good. He's doing very well. Now, click under more, right where you're at.
Yep.
Scroll to the very bottom. There you go.
6 million views.
6 million views. Yeah, he's
Cruising.
he's doing good. But he shows how to blend old school skill with new school media, new school social media. Okay. What do you like about Louis? Because you and him hung out at what, AHR, something like that?
I tell you what, guys, the energy that Louis
Always.
puts out, it is never different. Okay, like he's so full of life, keeps things interesting.
Oh, he's full of something.
and he's just having fun
He
all the time.
loves what he does.
And like that's it. Like that's who you want to see out here doing this social media, being a pro for the trades and speaking for the trades and trying to get more people in. Is somebody with this attitude that's just so happy to get to do the things he's doing. So Louis the Boiler Guy, one of my faves. Like we meet up with him occasionally at some of these shows. Just a good time, great conversations. Is your AC ready for summer? Okay, this is just natural things, and you know he's still getting his legs here. Like I'm curious, is it? I say okay, yeah, does a lot of shorts, and like just. Guys, you went and did a 5K on Easter. Whoa.
Oh, that hit it.
Bet bump something.
I
yeah.
did have. I may
I
have.
don't even know where we were. But like, look at the energy he's got going. Just, it's what makes me think of when we turn the camera on this guy sometimes. Yeah,
All of a sudden, it's like the switch is it.
That's
Let's do it.
But regular installs, things to do. Look at him blowing out the rooftop unit. Oh, that makes me so happy. But my favorite thing is just he has such a great time. He doesn't just fix boilers either. He works on a little bit of everything HVAC.
Okay, so what's this blonde hair? Where did that come from?
Oh yeah, no,
Louis.
He's got blonde. He's got pink. It's different a lot. Okay, so this is Easter, so he's got pink right now. Getting ready for a 5K. You know, like. Trade guys at their best. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like just trying to have a good time.
But he's not just fixing boilers. He's showing the next generation how to carry the torch with pride. He loves what he does. And I mean, you can tell when you talk to him, he's as passionate about what he does as I am what I do. And it makes it amazing because I don't know. I always tell y'all that tradespeople are the most prideful people I've ever met. We can be driving down the road. We'll point at things. It's like, oh my gosh, I built that. And it's like, yeah, I know. I hear that every time we talk. But that's kind of the way it is. We take pride in our work. The good ones do. Yep. I mean, there's some out there, look, they're in it for a check.
They care less, yeah.
They don't care how good it looks. Matter of fact, you ask them, hey, how's that look? It looks great from my house. They don't even look. They don't care.
Yep.
And you know, I hate to say it, there's a lot of people out there like that. Don't be one of those people. Watch Louis. Look at what he does. But watch what he does with pride. Watch what he does and how he has fun with it. Because at the end of the day, man, we should all be having fun. And, you know, people ask me a lot if I love what I do. And I'm like, guys, I am living the most amazing life I could have ever imagined. And I do it every day. And I get to do it every day because of y'all. But look, when I tripped and fell into YouTube, I didn't even know what it was. I remember a guy getting up on stage at Social Media Marketing World saying YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. And I thought he was nuts. I shut my book to get up and walk out. But when I turned around, I noticed the back of the room was standing room only. And I thought maybe he does know something. So I turned back around and looked up in time to hear him say, and it's owned by Google, the largest search engine in the world. Guys, I can't tell you how much truth there is in that. If you want to be found, if y'all have never seen my other YouTube channel, just go to YouTube and search the word plumbing and scroll down, look for the mustache. But if you do it, I ask that you subscribe, that we don't jack up the algorithm. But at the end of the day, me getting on YouTube has led to amazing opportunities. It let me grow my business faster. Then I came up with an exit plan and I exited. If you would like to be able to do something like that, if you want to be seen as the expert in your niche, but you're not sure how to do it, we just launched the Kickstart Your YouTube webinar. We launched it last Friday, almost a week ago. Guys, when you go through that webinar, you're going to understand why you should be doing YouTube. You're going to understand that the 3 myths you're telling yourself, that they're brain trash. It's head noise. It's just stuff that you want to hear. At the end of the day, to be honest, each and every one of y'all should be doing YouTube, talking about your business, because people are out there searching for it. And in a podcast interview yesterday, somebody said, really, everybody. Well, we've all got different stories. And, you know, Randy's stories are different than mine. Yours are different than ours. There's somebody out there that needs to hear your story. And to me, YouTube is the greatest place to put it. You can take that, cut it, and repurpose it to TikTok, Instagram, and everywhere else. It all starts with YouTube. It really does. I think anybody else starts anywhere else, that they may get there eventually. But if you start on YouTube, you're going to have opportunities that other people don't have. And you can start getting paid for it. It's kind of nice. So if you want to find out more about it, go to www.justmattroger.com.
That's it, guys. Don't be scared of it. You can start. You can be on the internet live
Every
day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central Time, like the Trade Talks.
Is
But
this what
don't
you...
go live during our hour.
Yeah,
okay?
don't go live.
Don't be
10
doing that.
Central
Don't be doing
Standard
that.
Time. When I brought you in, how long you been here now? 2 years? Just over?
Yep.
Did you ever think...
2.5 almost.
Did you ever think, I'll be doing videos, I'll be in front of the camera, I'll be live streaming?
No.
If I'd have told you that, would you have come over?
No.
You wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have. No.
He'd have been like,
hermit, guys. Okay, Mr. Anti-social media. Like, and if any of y'all have requested me on LinkedIn, none of y'all have. I actually looked this morning. Okay, I did get on there.
He looks once every 6 months.
A lot of people do me on Facebook. Facebook's the one I'm more active on, and guess what? I check it maybe 3 or 4 times a year. That's me.
Social media
me
works.
in to do the Leak Pro. I started striving in that. Got everything rebuilt here, all this stuff. And then it's like, oh, well, how could I help with some of the stuff they've got going? Like, I know some plumbing. Oh, man, now, yeah. I'm in the middle of all of it.
I'm glad you are. Tell them about Leak Pro.
Man, we do want to thank Leak Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. They let us come in here, hang out, and talk an hour with y'all every day, and we love that. But we do build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. If you're a plumber out there and you don't do in-house leak detection yet, why not? Because you don't need to sub it all out. You can learn the process to be able to do it yourself, get it done right then when you're at the job so that you can fix the leak and help your customers. Build a couple different pieces of equipment. I always suggest going with the complete kit. Get online at www.leak-pro.com to take a look at the equipment. But then also, if you don't know anything about it yet, give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO, and I'd be happy to discuss the 2-day training I have out here to teach you exactly everything you need to know to be able to run your own leak detection service.
Like you said, give him a call, 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. He can teach you how to grow your bottom line. And if you're the owner or manager and you come in, we'll jump in my office and talk about marketing, SEO, and what you're doing and how you can do it to become the person that's found for slab leaks and leak detections in your area. So special thanks to Leak Pro. Special thanks to Kickstart Your YouTube channel. guys, go over to www.justmattroger.com. Check it out. I think it'll blow your mind. It'll definitely make you think and help you understand that really you can be doing it. So thank you all very much. I appreciate y'all being here. And whatever you do today, do it safe.
Happy Friday Eve, everybody. Hope to see you back here tomorrow. Get out there and hit it effing hard. Bye, guys.
See y'all.